This week on Love, Travel, Live, Travel, we're sounding off on onboard dress codes and getting your take on this divisive issue. A special guest from tour operator Colette joins the show. Then what do Palapa's amazing cuisine, the ABCs, and the world-famous Aloe Man have in common? We'll take a trip to one happy island in search of the ultimate beach vacation. Plus your comments, today's holiday from Every Weeker Bill, and a few noteworthy news items. All of that and more right now on Love Travel, Live Travel.
Hey.
Well, welcome to the foremost beacon of infotainment in travel. It is another amazing episode of Love Travel, Live Travel. Mm-hmm. I feel very short next to my co-host, Paul, here. I am your host, Jason Block, and as you can tell, my normal co-host, Joshua Harrell, is off today. He is traveling on assignment to the nation's capital. I believe doing some shopping in search of a new addition to his traveling hat box collection.
I bet.
I think that's what he's there for.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Joshua, best success and happy hunting in your travels. Once again, welcome to Love Travel, Live Travel. We like to have some fun here. This is the show for travel professionals and those people who have chosen to make a life in this amazing industry, and for anyone thinking about doing that as well. We have an amazing show lineup for you today. We're going to have a great time together. And we're live every Friday at 4 p.m. So if you're watching live right now on YouTube, don't be shy. Jump into the live chat. We want to hear from you. Join in on the community here. We want you to be part of the show.
Absolutely.
Let us know. How is your world today? How is your world, Paul?
Oh, I'm having a great day. I mean, it's been a wonderful week. It's starting to get warmer, and it's not sundown at 5 p.m. anymore. The days are getting longer, which is great. And Friday's the best day of the week because I get to be on the show this week. Hey, guys. I am producer Paul, and usually I'm behind the camera, but due to some people's travels and my good luck, I get to be in front today.
That's right. That's right. So my understudy, Paul, today is once again getting the call up and joining me in the big chair. Paul, at this rate, you're going to take my day job in like a month.
No.
2 weeks. This is 2 weeks in a row, isn't it?
It is. I know. We're about to, I think probably a third week might break the streak, but I'm always happy to be on here whenever I can. And
we love
as
that.
far as how tall I am sitting on 2 cushions. So let's just.
Why are we on 2 cushions?
I
I'm already height challenged. We don't need you on 2 cushions. That's much right. Yeah, just hunch over.
Yeah.
Just hunch over.
Oh, it is pretty cozy here. I could get used to being on the show. This is nice.
So, of course, you can watch us anytime on YouTube, even if you're not here live, although we love when you're live. Mm-hmm. You can also check us out on your favorite podcasting app. We shoot the show live every Friday at 4 because that's 5 o'clock in the Atlantic Ocean.
Oh.
And it's the perfect time for a glass of wine. But if you're listening to the podcast, maybe like at 8 a.m. on a Tuesday, maybe skip the glass of wine. But if it's Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern,
yeah, save one for me.
Let's let her hair down. Let's have some fun.
Absolutely.
So we have a full show, don't we?
We do. There's been a lot of fun news with the travel, and both the world's travel and our team's travel. So
yep.
I'm happy to get into it.
We have some fun guests today. Velma, our Tyler Rose will also be joining us. But here's something right out of the gate that I thought would be fun to talk about. Something interesting. And I read this article today, and I said, huh. And here's the headline for you. A honeymoon with friends? ? The buddy moon is gaining popularity.
Okay.
So this is where couples are inviting friends with them on their honeymoon.
This isn't the second honeymoon, like as for fun. This is
It
their
could be
honeymoon.
that. It could be. No, this is like their honeymoon. Yes. Is this something that you would do, Paul?
That sounds so friendly and nice for those people. Don't come to mine.
So you're a no.
I'm a no.
You're a no.
And oh boy, my significant other would say no immediately. So yeah, we're no's. Yeah, don't worry, Josephine.
Okay.
They're not coming.
That's not the poll today, although maybe it should be.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it should be. Would you
Feel
be
free
up
to
for
say in
the-
the chat if this is something
Yeah.
that you guys have done.
But here is the poll today. Let's talk about cruising.
Okay.
Real quickly. Dress codes on cruises. At one time, they were rather strict, right? Today, they have kind of devolved into loose suggestions, I think.
More of a guideline.
Yeah, it's I don't even know if it's a guideline. It's perhaps you may consider.
Okay.
I want to know, should we bring back the dress code? And I mean, should we bring back having at least one formal night on most cruises? You see it on some lines on some of the longer itineraries, but I think the formal night on a 4-day cruise that ain't happening.
I love the opportunity to dress nice, but yeah, if it's just a formal night, I could get behind that. If it's a formal ship,
Right.
I don't even know if I have that many nice outfits. So I think it's fun. I think it's fun, like or all white parties. So it's kind of like those where it's a themed night. The theme is let's look decent. So when you're trying to have a nice steak dinner, you don't have to.
So to you now, would you go black tie, like tuxedo?
Oh, I would go all the way.
Tails?
Oh, I might throw them when I sit down, like Bugs Bunny. But no, I might go a nice just black tie, and that's about as far as I can financially go as far as a nice outfit.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm mixed on this.
Mixed.
On the one hand, I think it's nice if
Yeah.
you're going to have a nice evening on board
Right.
where everybody is dressed up.
Yeah.
But then I think in practical terms, is that going to happen? Because, just look at, with
Yeah.
so many people that work from home. I just look at my children, how they dress. You think they were homeless.
Yeah. Or sponsored by Nike.
Yeah. They have a couple of looks.
Yeah.
They have a couple looks, and one of them is homeless man.
Hope they're not watching.
So, hi kids, I love you. But seriously, in practical terms,
Right.
I don't think this is something that we as a society pull off. As much as I might like to see it, and harken back to the days of, glorious glamour on board. I think maybe that ship has sailed.
Hey, there we go. Sound effect?
Could not resist. Today we have replacement producer Christopher behind the glass.
Yeah, and he is doing an amazing job.
He is
and
doing a reasonably good job so far.
Evan is watching from above.
I'm
and
just
smiling down on us.
Evan
up
is
north.
just cackling at this point.
Yeah, Evan's having a good time.
You're doing a super job, Chris.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
but that's interesting that we're still fighting back at being formal, but yeah, I don't think we are there.
So that's the poll today. Put it in the chat. Do we want to bring back and demand the cruise lines bring back formal nights? Because our audience carries some weight. And so if we get together on this, I think we can make this happen.
We can definitely set it up.
If that's something we think we want to do. So, but I'm curious to see what you all think.
Yeah, let me get my dry cleaning done first. But looks like Bill came in and he let us know about the classic bit.
Okay.
Bill Matchson.
Before you share it,
Yeah.
for those people not live and in the chat already, every week Bill comes to us with the day of it's the holiday of the day,
holiday
the
of the
daily
day.
holiday of the day year. What do you call this?
I don't know, but I'm always for
It's
it.
today's holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we celebrating?
Right. So what do we got this week?
So this week, he's talking about this is the weekend we've all been waiting for, Girl Scout weekend. And what is everybody's go-to Girl Scout cookie? You can only get one box this year. What do you get?
Oh, this is tag-alongs.
Really? And
on.
those are, which ones are those?
Scoop of chocolate, scoop of vanilla. Do you know that reference?
No.
See, Mr. Evan would know that.
Is that
reference.
Animal House or something?
Never mind.
Lampoon? No.
What about you?
used to be the coconut guy. I used to
Oh,
get
yeah,
the
yeah.
the Samoas, but now I am the peanut butter chocolate.
That's the tag along.
Oh, nice! See, hey, that's what I'm talking
Come
about.
on.
So I'm not biased because I didn't know what the heck he was talking about. Yeah, but we've got some good answers in there coming in.
I'm convinced there are Thin Mint people and there are non-Thin Mint people.
Oh, Bill is a Thin Mint person.
Is
for
Bill-
sure.
Bill's
He's
a Thin
always-
Mint guy.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, but yeah, is Girl Scout cookies also getting a little expensive
I,
lately.
I wasn't sure what he meant by Girl Scout weekend, but
Who's your
is
favorite
that,
troop?
is that yeah? Was that the weekend we
repping
joined the Girl
303.
Scouts? Or
Yeah,
but is this when the cookies go on sale? Is that the deal?
I think this is when they get delivered. I don't know, Bill. If you know,
when
let
they
us
get
know.
delivered, well, we missed the boat then.
Oh my gosh, Bill. Why didn't you tell me that earlier?
We need a reminder for Girl Scout cookie ordering day. That's the one we need.
Yeah, I need to. Yeah, I got to put myself on a list to say, please deliver here yearly. I got to go on an annual subscription like Netflix or something. Yeah. But we're getting some answers about your poll.
All
Right?
right, let's hear it. What do we got?
Saltwater sunsets travel. Freestyle cruising all the way. Who wants to wear a button-up shirt and dress pants every night in the Caribbean? Lol. Okay. Well,
I
sometimes
see
we like.
that. I see that.
All right, I took it personal. Sometimes I like to dress up. Okay.
He's a fancy boy.
I'm fancy. This is not my fancy. Okay, I just thought it was fun, but yeah. So and then
I like that shirt.
Thank you. It's my Indiana Jones.
I
kind
was
of
gonna
fit.
say you look like you're ready for adventure.
Yeah, I'm all here, and you never know when adventure strikes here at Love Travel Live Travel. So and then attitudes and latitudes.
Mm-hmm.
No, I like casual. Another casual. Bill, freestyle, but there are lines that can satisfy anyone's choice. If you want to
That's
go
true.
formal, go Kennard. And I think that's a great example. Watch the movie Titanic. They were all dressing up really nice. And
You know what cruise lines love is when people in the industry talk about the Titanic.
oh, yeah, I guess
that's
I actually haven't seen that movie.
it's part of the 2025 wave season industry-wide campaign from Clea. I think will be
the ban on
will
that.
be yeah.
Yeah, James
Bring
Cameron
back
did
the
a number on
Titanic.
that industry. Yeah. Well, these are still coming in. Laura De Vega, our Laura, our world via Laura. Thin Mints in the freezer. That's a good question. Do you ever
Okay.
freeze your Thin Mints?
I'm not a Thin Mint guy.
Oh, not at all.
No, I don't do the Thin Mints.
Oh yeah.
But
Brush my teeth if I wanted that.
A frozen Thin Mint oddly sounds intriguing.
Yeah, it's like I freeze my Pop-Tarts. I could see you doing that.
You freeze what?
Never mind.
Pop-Tarts?
I mean, we can get to the next
okay,
thing.
we're gonna have to pause the poll and explore this. Paul, Pop Tarts frozen. Explain.
Well, you get like the ice cream sundae Pop-Tarts, and I just thought that looks good. Let's have it cold. And then it became like a, you ever freeze peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? Like the
Yes.
yeah, it's like the Uncrustables.
Okay.
They're just barely firm,
Okay.
I think I'm a big texture guy, so yeah.
Okay.
But enough about me. There's plenty of things.
Oh,
you
we're
can
just
do.
getting started, delving into the scary mind.
I don't like going into these. I look weird.
Okay. Anything else?
Oh, yeah.
In the chat.
It's a lot of Thin Mints. That's what I expected. Is Thin Mints kind of are
See.
the classic favorite that I've heard.
Yeah.
I mean, I was born and raised. I felt like in a Thin Mint family. So for me
That's
to
what I mean. Like it's
come
Thin Mint
out-
people and
yeah, as a tag along guy, it was a very significant moment when I was buying my own cookies.
So this was a difficult thing when you
It was.
had to have the conversation with your family that you're a tag along man now.
I'm really glad I had the support, like I said, of Troop 303. I couldn't have done it without you ladies, but
Gave you the courage.
They gave me the courage and the honor. They all earned a badge that day. And
Good.
yeah, it's just all Thin Mints tag. Seeing some Samoas, seeing some tag-alongs, but
Okay. But mostly Thin Mints, huh?
but mostly Thin Mints. Yeah,
Interesting.
come on, guys. Get
Interesting.
some diversity in there.
Interesting. Is there anyone that is willing to sign the petition to bring back formal night?
Not that many.
I didn't think
so. Unless you guys are being quiet, please seriously hop in there. Like we said, we started a poll. Should formal night be a thing on cruises? What are your thoughts? Also depends on the cruise line, I guess, too.
Yeah. Well, speaking of cruises, Royal Caribbean's been pretty active lately.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You got the new Icon is out, and then we have Utopia, Wonder's relatively new, and now they announced that they're signed an order for yet another Oasis class ship.
Really?
7th. Yes. So that hit,
What's this one
hit
called?
the other day. I don't know. Let's see.
Is it the Star?
I don't know if they've named it yet.
Okay. Wow. Very new.
Yeah. So this is going to be in 2028.
Oh,
Which will be
wow.
the 7th of the Oasis class.
That's really
So
cool.
they're seeing continued demand for that product.
Yeah, the Icon was really cool, and I could definitely see a lot of people enjoying that experience. So keep that supply up,
Yep.
Royal Caribbean. Yeah.
So yeah, with the Icon class and Oasis class, bigger ships are not going away anytime soon.
Well, bigger is better, they say.
So I thought that was interesting. I'm curious, and I mean I know the answer, but I'm curious to hear from all of you. How often are people requesting the class of ship in particular? I know there's certainly customers who say, I want, especially if they've sailed on an Oasis class before.
Oh, right.
Hey, this is what I want. But I'm curious, what is the typical consumer awareness of ship class?
Yeah.
Are they requesting class or are they requesting specific ships? I'd love to know what you all see on a daily basis.
Right. Do you educate them on the differences between the classes?
Right.
Do you tell them,
Right.
I think you might prefer this class? Or do you say, yeah, Oasis is great, stay on that one? Or please drop your answers in the chat.
So, have you ever been to Aruba, Paul?
No, I've never been to Aruba. That's a pretty niche choice. No, I've never been to Aruba. Have you been to Aruba?
I have, many times.
Oh, really? Many times?
Many times, and that's why I picked it for today's episode.
Oh, okay.
To dive a little deep into Aruba, and specifically, I was thinking about this. So we're in the wintertime now, right?
Oh, yeah, it's cold.
And I was thinking, gosh, I really would love to go on a beach vacation. And we talk about different destinations that maybe we want to highlight here on the show, and we had some cool choices, and we were preparing to do one, and I'm like, nope, we're gonna make a right turn,
Yeah.
and so we'll get to the one we were going to do another time. But I was thinking about, hey, I'm really in the mood to go on a beach vacation, and where would I want to go right now? And my go-to is always Aruba, and it is that for some specific reasons. But I'm curious, when you look for a beach vacation, we're gonna dive deep into your mind here, Paul.
Oh, no.
What is it that you look for?
Growing up, I went to Florida a lot.
Okay.
And there are plenty of beaches in there, plenty of different styles. I most appreciated this place it's called Fort Worth, and it's near Destin. It is kind of an older community.
Okay.
And kind of a quieter community. And I really liked just the tranquility and the cleanliness of the beaches, because I'm not even an ocean person, I'm a beach person.
Okay.
And I just like to perch in the sand and spread out all my Cheez-Its and my snap peas, and maybe I bring a book to act like I'm going to read it. I fall asleep. And just get comfortable. So if Aruba's that kind of style, then Aruba might be for me.
It can be. It's got a little bit of everything. So when you say you perch, I'm picturing like a heron is just going to
Yeah. The
put
birds.
its legs down and kind of move around like this, and then you perch.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
I sometimes do a circle on my towel,
Kick some sand around
Yeah.
and kind of mark your area.
Yeah, I just like to sit down and be comfortable in one spot.
Okay. So, Well, then you might be interested in Aruba. And I know, look, our audience are a lot of travel professionals, and I'm sure many of you have been to Aruba, and if not, you probably sent clients there. But I want to tell you why it's my favorite. I'm just going to share my 2 cents here.
Yeah.
To share with you. So Aruba's known, it's in the ABC Islands, right? Which stands for, you know what it stands for?
Aruba, BC. I don't know. I got
The
one
B
country.
stands for Bonaire, which is another island.
Oh, okay.
And Curacao, which is right. They're all kind of in a little chain.
Oh.
Okay. And it's right off the coast of Venezuela, just kind of
Yeah, it's
north
right
of
by
Venezuela.
Venezuela.
So Aruba, it's known as kind of their marketing tagline they've had on it for years, is One Happy Island.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay? Right? I mean, we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time here. So I love Aruba, and I want to tell you why it's my favorite. And I know that, again, many of you have been there, and many of you have sent clients there. But if you have a different ultimate beach vacation destination for you yourself or for your clients, and you disagree with me, and especially maybe after you've heard my pitch here, tell me what it is, because I haven't been everywhere, and I'd love to find the ultimate beach vacation. So here's my reasons. So first, let's go with some basics. Like, what do you need for the ultimate beach vacation?
Okay.
You need a good climate, right?
Clearly.
Right? I'm not going to Maine for the ultimate beach vacation.
The sun, the sky, the sun.
So,
a little more sky.
Right. Aruba's right off the coast of Venezuela. It's less than 900 miles from the equator.
Oh, yeah, that's right there.
So it is warm. It is dry. It is dry.
That's
it's out of the Gulf Stream hurricane belt. But there's a very consistent, steady trade wind that keeps it comfortable even on a hot day. Okay? So you always are in the beach. You almost always, like all day long, will have a nice breeze coming at you.
Air conditioning, nice.
So, kind of,
Yeah.
but it's still warm. So climate is a key factor, right? So that's a check. Like, that's a basic. We got to have a good climate, right? The next thing, if you're going to have an ultimate beach vacation, well, you better have a good beach, right? That's an obvious one. So Aruba has 2 of the best beaches in the world,
Oh, really?
specifically Palm Beach and Eagle Beach. And they are routinely in, the top lists of the best beaches in the world. And they're each a little different, right?
Okay.
And there's other beaches on the island, but they're each a little different. Palm Beach and Eagle Beach are the two main beaches, and both of them are on the leeward side of the island, so they're not getting the heavy surf, right, from the ocean. They're on kind of the
Nice and calm.
land. It's nice and calm, very tranquil, and we'll go into the differences between Palm Beach and Eagle Beach and kind of those general kind of areas, because they're kind of 2 of the general areas where you can stay if you go to Aruba. But the beaches on both of them are exceptional.
Okay.
Eagle Beach is a little wider, right? So it's kind of like further from the road, I'll call it, till you get to the water. Whereas Palm Beach is a little narrower, but still, it's not like 20 feet. It's pretty sizable.
Yeah.
So beach, check. The sand is
Climate.
the water is very tranquil,
Yeah.
right? And you can kind of see in this photo here. That's kind of it's very calm.
Judging
right?
from the trees, I think this is Palm Beach.
Ooh. That might be Palm. I don't know which one that is.
I don't know. I don't see any eagles.
Because Eagle Beach is a little deeper. So that one may be Palm Beach, but I'm not certain. But the water,
Okay.
almost always very warm, still clear,
Yeah.
calm.
Look at that.
So you can see very, very tranquil. Very tranquil. You're not gonna. This isn't the place you're gonna go for surfing or boogie boarding.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so if that's your thing for your ultimate beach vacation, this isn't it. But the sand is like seriously like white powder.
Oh, I love that.
It's just like soft and not a lot of shells. There's not like you're not gonna cut yourself on bottle tops and rocks and stuff like that. Like you can walk into the water in bare feet and be confident you're not gonna step on something.
I'm always worried I'm going to step on a crab, but
Well, no, you might get some of those. You might get some turtles.
I would feel so bad. Probably go to jail too.
So, well, you don't try to step on them.
Oh,
It's not like a squash the turtle.
no.
Okay. So we got our climate, we got our beach. Check, right?
Yep.
Now, that's a good start, right? but there's a lot of places that have that.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
So what makes Aruba my ultimate beach vacation? So let me tell you about these two areas first, so Palm Beach and Eagle Beach.
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't been there, Palm Beach is, quote, the high-rise district.
Oh.
Right? It's where they have the bigger hotels. Now, when you think high-rise, a lot of people think of skyscrapers. It's not like that. It's not like Miami or something where you have 80-story buildings.
That's what I was thinking.
It's like 10 stories at the most.
Okay.
Right? So, but they're bigger hotels, right? And they span the gamut. There's there's all-inclusives, there's traditional resorts.
Mm-hmm.
Everything from Hiltons and Marriotts to Ritz-Carlton, and it kind of spans the gamut. There's a Ryu. Then you have in Palm Beach, this is where a lot of the nightlife and entertainment district is, and dining, and you have just a lot of choices.
Yeah.
Right? The beach itself, again, super nice, not quite as deep as Eagle Beach. And the beach there's more water sports activities going on.
Oh, okay.
So you can do your jet skis or your banana boats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I picture you maybe as a banana boat guy. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, I'll ride anything. Yeah. Anything without seatbelts.
So then Eagle Beach, a little quieter.
Okay.
So this might be your choice for your heron prancing.
My little nest.
Perching, right. There's also on Eagle Beach, this is where a lot of the turtles nest.
Oh, that's where I'm going.
So you have to be careful, though, because I know you don't want to squash the turtles.
Yes.
But it is a little bit calmer. There's still things to do.
Mm-hmm.
There's still, restaurants and things like that, but not as many. And it's definitely a quieter scene.
Yeah.
Okay? And this is called the low-rise district. So if you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, there's some really nice hotels there, but they're smaller. And more boutique-like. So those are your two general areas, right?
Okay.
So you got the more lively area of Palm Beach, the more tranquil area of Eagle Beach.
Okay.
Okay?
Best of both worlds.
Now, here's the coolest thing, one of the coolest things I think about Aruba. We first went there. And people, do you know who Natalie Holloway is? This might be before your time.
Is it an actress?
Okay. No.
Okay.
So, many years ago, there was an American tourist teenager who was there who went missing
Oh.
and was murdered. And for several years, the Aruba tourism market was decimated. It's actually why I went there the first time, because it was so cheap. My wife and I were looking for a place to go. It sounds terrible, and it was a terrible tragedy.
I mean,
but that's why we went there, because it was so cheap.
You're very opportunistic, and I respect that.
The Aruba tourist market was getting crushed because so many Americans said, oh my gosh, this is a really dangerous place.
Right.
When nothing could be further from the truth.
Oh.
It's an extremely safe place, and it's the thing that I love best about Aruba is not only are the people fantastic, you can go almost anywhere on the island and feel exceptionally safe.
Oh, that's so great.
And you can walk around, at night, just like you would, I don't know, in the shopping area here in the U.S. And especially in the Palm Beach area, the more developed, the high-rise area.
Right.
There's so many great things to do right across the street from where all the big hotels are.
Ooh,
so there's tons of bars and restaurants
Nightlife.
and shopping and just fun stuff to do.
Yeah.
Even from casual nightlife to, like clubs and whatnot if you want. Yeah. That's not my scene. That's certainly not anymore. But there's also things to do off property. And as travel professionals, we sell a lot of all-inclusives, right? We do a lot with all-inclusives. But one of the things that a lot of all-inclusive destinations can do is sometimes in some of the destinations you feel like you're trapped. You're trapped on property and you don't want to go off property because it might not be safe, right?
Right.
Aruba is not that. And there are some all-inclusives there. But you can definitely not only feel safe going off property, there's lots to do when you get there. So everything from, going to downtown Oranjestad for shopping. There's a place called the Butterfly Farm. So if you're into the whole nature thing, you see all these butterflies. It's pretty cool. All your typical things like snorkeling and scuba diving and deep sea fishing and ATV tours and horseback riding and all that stuff. We won't have time today to go into it, but I want to tell you something about the Sea Bob. The Sea Bob is like an underwater, underwater jet ski kind of thing. It's super cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. Anyway, lots to do in Aruba. Next is cuisine. some of the best food you'll find in the Caribbean.
Okay.
Roots in culinary or in continental European cuisine.
Right.
Influences from the Caribbean and South America.
Ooh.
Exceptional. And there's places that are good year in, year out. You know, some tried and true places. And then there's, like any good food scene, there's new things. Like there's new restaurants popping up all the time.
Yeah.
There's a place that I want to try. It's called Cole Restaurant, which is
Okay.
it's like one of these places where you sit down, like kind of at the kitchen, and it's like a 10-person restaurant.
Oh, really?
And there's one of our old favorites that's there. It's called Two Fools and a Bull,
Okay.
but it's very much like that. And they're pricey, but they're exceptional.
Wow.
And another great thing about Aruba is to get good food, you don't have to spend a lot.
Oh, really? Now I'm listening.
It has great kind of hole-in-the-wall casual places as well.
Oh, that's what people love is those unique spots rather
Absolutely.
than chains. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. And lastly, the number one thing, has casinos, if that's your thing, but the number one thing, there's this guy called the Aloe Man.
Okay.
And he walks up and down the beach in like a fun kind of Hawaiian shirt deal selling aloe. And
People need that.
they do, but he's kind of an institution.
Oh,
In
so
Aruba.
Everyone, if you go to
You,
Aruba,
you
you're
go
gonna
to
see
go
him.
to YouTube after the show, and you can search for the Aloe Man, and you'll see all about him.
Aloe Man.
So
That's
anyway,
cool.
that's my take on Aruba. If you haven't been there, please consider visiting there. It really is one happy island.
Yeah.
And if you have clients who are looking for any of that kind of thing, that I couldn't recommend it more.
Yeah, a lot of our, we got some chat on that. So, Tapestry Travel. I just completed the Aruba Specialist Program yesterday.
Oh, super.
How apt.
Excellent.
And Lisa Hodrick, I'm going on a cruise this week that goes to Aruba. Never been. So,
If you could give Lisa one absolute hole-in-the-wall spot to go to, which restaurant would it be?
Hole in the wall. I'm going to go with, it's a little far from the cruise port.
Okay.
It's right off the beach from what's now the Hilton Resort and Casino, and it's called the Bugaloo Bar.
Ooh.
It's an overwater bar right on the beach.
Yeah.
They have music. It's super casual, super good, and I've spent many days just sitting there.
well, that sounds
It's
great.
a-
Lisa,
it's top
Bugaloo.
choice. Bugaloe. Bugaloe.
Like
Like
bungalow.
bug aloe.
okay, I like bug aloe.
Maybe that's how you pronounce it, actually. Anyway.
Let us know when you go and send a postcard. Absolutely, guys.
Let's see, and then just skip it. Oh, I see. Bill Madison, like he said, is Jason selling us a trip? I want to go.
And no, we're
You and me, Bill. We're going.
Yeah, I'm sitting
going.
here getting antsy, and funnily enough, I got a text I saw from my wife,
Yeah.
Josephina.
Yes.
I want to go to Aruba, she says. So sounds like
telling
you're
you, man.
setting me up, and you're selling me a trip too. So we'll let you know how that goes.
I love it. I hope you visit and love it too. But we have a special guest.
Oh,
We have a very special guest with a great view from his traveling car phone. From Colette Tours, Christian, we've never spoken, but so I don't want to butcher your last name.
and he might need to.
And I think you might need to unmute yourself. Uh-oh, don't have a car accident.
Oh,
Well, we'll see if we can get Christian back. Anything else happening in the chat while they get reestablish the connection?
Yeah. So
That was like an action shot. He's driving to, like, I thought we were filming a movie there or something.
yeah, that was cool, and I can't wait to see him when he pops back in. But let's see, latitudes and attitudes, or attitudes and latitudes travel. I love Aruba. LL,
Aruba sounds dreamy. So we are doing a real good job, and I think the touristry board should have a word with us.
I think, yeah. That was okay. So, Christian, do we have you back? We can see you. We just can't hear you.
Yeah, let me.
Well, we might have to reschedule, Christian.
Let's
That
go to
is
camera one.
that is a bummer because I was very excited to ask Christian some things about touring because there's some things I've always wondered about how you structure tours for large audiences. But so hopefully we can get Christian back. I know he was
Can you
in the
guys hear
car,
me
so it
now?
might have been difficult to troubleshoot the connection there. But thank you to Christian for joining us, and we'll get him back. Oh, do we have him now?
All right. Hey guys,
Oh.
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we can just turn it up
Hello?
on our monitor
No.
here a little
Oh,
bit. All right. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing very well. How about you?
We're great. I really appreciate you taking the time. I know you were on your way to Canada. Is that right?
That's right. So actually, I was with Joshua today or yesterday in D.C. and just flew back to Rhode Island today, and now I'm driving up to Canada because the kids have had spring break, so we're gonna go skiing.
Ooh.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. So, I have to ask you this, and I want to keep us on track time wise here. I want to understand. So Colette has been around for quite a long time, and is a great tour operator. I'm wondering if can you take us inside of how a tour itinerary is actually created, because I imagine that it's a combination of science and a little bit of art. And I know, for preparing an itinerary for a single traveler, you can really tailor things. But when you're creating an itinerary for lots of travelers, how do you go about creating itineraries that are differentiated, but also, appeal to enough people? They're not so niche that, the market is so small. How do you guys go about creating itineraries?
It's a great question, and the way that we do it, we're very, very different and unique in the industry and how we do because we don't typically work with DMCs. In we probably have 95% of our tours are all created by our own employees. So we have designers and buyers that live in the countries um, that where we tour. So, give you an example. In Italy, we have a designer and buyer that live in Italy, and the designer designs and travels all around Italy to find unique experiences that nobody else would be able to do, or nobody would think of doing. And then obviously our buyers buy all the contracts. So that's how we create our tours all around the world. There's certain places where you do have to, by law, work with DMCs, but we still negotiate everything, all the hotels, all the restaurants, all the experiences. We handle all of it because we want to make sure that we control the experience and make sure that all of your guests that travel on our tours get the best experience that they can get.
So what's as you're looking at a particular experience to include in an itinerary or even a destination, how does that, how do you set the bar where, okay, yeah, this meets our expectations and this doesn't, and we're not going to include it. How do you evaluate things?
Yeah, no, I'll tell you a story. Storytelling is the best way to do it. Essentially, one of my experiences that I got to do, we were in a small group, a small tour exploration. We were in Umbria, and we went to a small little town called Spoleto, where there's 60 people that live in the town. It's about 3,000 meters high, and we went truffle hunting. And we had five hunters and their dogs. We had 18 dogs, and we were 18 overall. And the experience of going truffle hunting was absolutely amazing. It finished with um, making some scrambled eggs with shaved truffle that they just caught with prosecco, unlimited prosecco. But what was amazing was once we the view was absolutely stunning. But after that, we went back to the little town, and the town of 60 people. You know, it's a town where there's 60 people there. It's over 600 years old, and the first woman mayor in the history in 600 years greeted us, and we ended up having dinner at her house with the five hunters. And their wives, and telling their stories of the multi generations of hunters that they had. Some of the families have been there for close to over 400 years.
Oh,
So it was
wow.
just amazing to be able to experience that. And that's something that you just couldn't find on your own. And to me,
Right.
that to me is something I'll talk to about and remember for the rest of my life.
That sounds incredible.
Wow.
Now I don't know if Joshua mentioned this to you because we were talking about having you on, and
Yeah.
I have never been on a traditional coach tour, and
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I would like it. So for advisors that have travelers like that, how do you tell? You know, is this something that I should be confident in recommending? How do you evaluate that?
So one of the things that we always look at when we're doing touring, it's, a lot of times people have a perception of you have a very tight schedule. You have, um, you're on the motor coach a lot. We actually we reduce the motor coach as much as we can. We try to use local modes of transportation. So when you're touring, let's say Paris,
Uh huh.
we use the metro. We go into the neighborhoods. We do a lot of the local transportation. Or in London, we'll use the tube, and so you you become a local. Yeah, we're teaching you how to become a local, and we have what's great about touring is you get to skip the lines at some of the if you're going through the Colosseum in Rome, you don't ever wait in line. You skip the lines. You have the guide, and we get to show you parts of the Colosseum that most people, if they're going on their own, wouldn't be able to see. But then we also integrate plenty of free time, so you have an opportunity to go if you like to go. Like for example, I like to go to local pubs and meet the locals, and I have a few drinks with the locals. You always have plenty of time to be able to do the touring part and the free time and get to enjoy the things of that country. Joshua and I yesterday. I've been to DC a dozen times, and having our guide yesterday showed us so many different things that I had no idea how great and amazing he was. And so those are all things. That's why touring to me has become a way to travel, because you have nothing to worry about. You don't have to worry about going you know, from A to B. We take care of everything. We take care of the hotels. We take care for you to just enjoy the trip and have a great time. And I can promise you this: you would love going to Finland, and the Arctic Circle and the igloo hotels that we use,
Uh
and
huh.
going snowmobiling and going dogs. You're the one that's controlling the dogs, and you're going in the woods. You're 8-9 miles in the woods, and you're having a great time.
Well,
That's
that
what
sounds pretty
touring
cool.
is. It's fun. It is. It really is.
That sounds
It's
pretty
for
cool. I
it's
must
There's something
say.
for everybody.
So Colette is a family-owned company, family-run company, right? Is that right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's we're 106 years. We
Wow.
just fourth generation, and the Sullivan family owned the business since 1962. Jacques Collette started the company in 1918, sold it to Mr. Sullivan because they were friends, and the Sullivans have had the business ever since. And our CEO, Dan Sullivan Jr., just stepped down last October. And our new CEO, his daughter, Jacqueline, Leibel Cote. So you'll notice the same last name. It's my wife. So she's the
That's
CEO.
fantastic. So that is a really cool thing, and you see some family companies in this industry, but fewer and fewer, honestly. And I think it's a pretty cool thing to have that kind of close connection to the product, to the company, and its ownership. So kudos to you guys, and I really appreciate you joining us. I hope we can have you back again. Maybe we'll have some more time
And
next time.
I promise you next time I won't be in the car. I'll be I'll be at my desk at my office. I can promise.
We like a little action shot here and there. It's perfect. We hope you enjoy your ski trip. That sounds amazing, and we're jealous. But for now, we'll just have to dream while you enjoy.
Okay, sounds great. You guys have a fantastic weekend. Thank you.
You too.
You as well. Thanks.
All right.
So, Paul, have you ever been on a coach tour?
No, I don't think I ever have.
I have not. Although the way he described a couple of those aspects of, you're not on the bus. That's my fear, like being on the bus all day long.
Yeah.
Because that does not sound like my idea of a good time. But what he described sounded very different from that.
Oh, I wrote it down. Truffle hunting with dogs, skipping lines. These are all really cool.
These are good things.
These are good things.
But even using like going in the metro if you're in Paris and things like that.
Yeah. Being immersed in the city and not kept away from it.
Yeah.
That's very cool. It seems like a great way to go with a group of people.
Yeah. Now, that's the other thing I worry about is that many people.
Oh.
Like I like people, but they usually don't like me. I think
Well,
that's the challenge.
I can't really relate to that, but
You're not going to comment on that.
I'll agree with you.
Hey.
Just to be nice, but
Oh, I'm just kidding.
yeah,
I don't really like
but I do know you can choose a lot between.
Yeah.
Some groups go up to 20 to 30. Some can be as intimate as 8. And yeah, I know our Evan. He would tell you he just went on one.
He loves it.
He loves it.
And you hear it, right? Everyone thinks of coach tours. You think of senior citizens. I mean, you do. You do. But Evan is how old is Evan?
Oh, I don't. He's a kid. He's young.
He's a baby.
Yeah.
He loves it.
He loved it. And some of them you can get them specifically aged to your age range.
Sure.
I know G Adventures, they go younger.
Yep.
Kentucky, I think, does between like 25 and 35, somewhere in there. So if you want to go with people your age, you can absolutely find one out there for you.
Yeah. Well, I love hearing from this industry. Like one of the best things about it is the industry is full of just such great people.
Oh, yeah.
From advisors to everyone in the supplier trade. There's just a lot of great people.
Oh, they're all
And
wonderful.
I think it's been a real blessing to be part of this industry now for almost 10 years. Would you believe that?
Wow.
I know.
Oh, man. Well, I'm not leaving. This is a lot of fun.
It's
I
a
love
lot
the
of
travel
fun, right?
industry. Yeah.
Anyway, I hope you love it too. But it's time. We have another guest.
Oh.
Time is just cruising by here.
Who is it going to be?
It is our Velma, the one and only Tyler Rose. Velma, how the heck are you?
Hey, I'm the heck good.
Hey, Velma.
And I would like to I had a topic I was going to bring up, but I need to interject. Jason, everyone loves you and you know it. Stop being so modest. And then secondly, I love motor coach tours. I have booked personal vacations. I've taken many groups on coach tours, but I've actually booked my vacations on motor coach tours because they know where to go. They know where I want to go. I pick the tour that goes to all the places I'm interested in. I don't have to worry about what I'm going to eat or where or how I'm going to pay for it because it's already paid.
That's
all the
big.
ticking's done.
I thought you meant because it was free for a second. I was like,
No,
how's that
all
work?
the included, and you, for the most part, meet people that you enjoy being around, and those that you don't, you make sure they miss the bus the next time it stops, and we leave them behind.
Well, oh man, I wish sometimes on a trip I could leave some people behind, but that's not really how family trips go.
No. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that in. But today I've been talking to travel agency owners who are wondering, they get to a point where they're like, what can I do next? This is what's going on with me, and I always advise them, well, stop and think about what's going on and what you love. What do you love about what you're doing? Choose that one topic and dive really deep into it. Learn more about it. Study. Buy books about that topic. Look for mentors. Because if you love it, why not just grow it? That's
Yeah, I think that's really good advice, Velma. So for those of you who don't know, Velma is a high performance coach, and she spends a lot of time consulting and coaching and advising travel advisors and agency owners. And one of the things that comes up, is that feeling of I feel stagnant, I feel stuck a little bit, and I'm
yes.
not sure. How do I improve? How do I expand my skill set? And I think sometimes the thing we miss is what you're saying. It's not about necessarily going wider. It's about going deeper.
Right. Right. And going into something that has made you successful so far. It can only help. I talked to a member today that has put together a fabulous trip. I wish that I could go on it. It's a wellness trip for women.
Uh-huh.
And at Enchanted Resort, which is a luxurious, fantastic property.
Huh.
And she was feeling a little doubt. And you know what doubt is? That's a dragon that we need to slay.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And so we talked about it some, and we tweaked a few little things. And she emailed me not long ago and said, I took your tips and I did some more research, and I feel so good. I'm ready.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome.
It's a fun, and whenever you're talking to an entrepreneur, there's this line of self-doubt and fear,
Fear.
and an unhealthy level of confidence. And so when I talk to somebody, and I don't know if you see this, Emma, but when I talk to somebody who thinks they've got it all under control, that's when I get scared. But when I talk to somebody and they're a little fearful, they're a little doubtful, but they're willing to take that step, that's when you know they've got it under control. Because you need to have a little bit of fear to make sure you're covering all the bases.
That's true.
That's right. You need to always be thinking about what's going on, and if this happened, what would I do? Yes. It's true.
Right.
True.
So, what's one thing, Velma? So, if I don't know, let's say Paul here is going to build his travel empire by focusing on what's your favorite thing in travel?
Oh, let's start with cruises.
Okay, cruises. What? And he thinks, gosh, I need to expand, and you say no, go deeper in cruises. What might be something or some ways that he could figure out? Okay, well, what does that mean? Where do I go deeper in cruises? What's
How do
the
I
thing?
evaluate?
How do you identify what that next thing in the depth chart is?
Well, what do you love about cruises?
Is
Is it ports?
I love the service, and I liked the availability that there's always something fun to do. That's nice about cruises.
Then I probably would look at cruises that have a lot of activities and see which ones appeal to you and what, if you're selling travel, you're going to have customers that tell you, oh, I love bingo every afternoon. Well, there are cruises that do that.
Yeah.
There's some, if they don't have a bingo card anywhere on that ship. So yeah. So that's if it's the activities and the onboard, then you need to look for itineraries that have more days at sea.
True.
Some customers don't care where the ship stops. They don't even get off. So, yeah.
Right. So, Velma, have you found, and you've been doing this for a long time at a very high level, and you spend now a lot of time talking with others, helping them do that. Do you find that, let me ask the question, how important is it to master the details within a particular segment? So things like, here's 5 cruise lines that are in this particular niche that I focus on, and here's all their itineraries, and understand them inside out. Do you need to get to that level? And if so, what does that help you do when you get there?
Well, I think you do need to have a basic understanding of those itineraries and possibly really what are the differences. That's what I would focus on. You've got 5 itineraries that you think look identical. There's got to be some differences, and it
Right.
might be a difference that's important to the customer. For example, some of those itineraries may go into a port and stay till the evening, and that customer wants to have some nightlife there.
Right.
And this ship goes to that port, but they leave at 2 in the afternoon. That would not They would not be happy with you if you didn't help them find the one they really wanted.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I think that is just such excellent advice, Velma. And sometimes it's sitting there staring us right in the face, and we think we need to go left or go right, and we just really need to take one step forward. And
True. Keep going
it's going to
forward.
help our business so much more. So I think that is great advice, and I thank you for joining us and sharing it. I hope you have a beautiful weekend,
You too. Have a great weekend,
and we
y'all.
will talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye, Velma. So here we are. We have only a few minutes left. I cannot believe it. It is the fastest hour of the week, every
Yeah.
single week.
Well,
Maybe not for you, but for me.
no, it does fly by. I mean, we've talked about a lot today. I mean, we talked so much about Aruba and coach tours. There are a lot of unique things today. Yeah, I've learned a lot.
Well, then our mission life has been accomplished. Should we go back to the chat before we say goodbye?
Yeah. So Jean Haskins let us know that everybody.
Hey, Jean.
Yeah. She let us know everybody in Aruba is very friendly. So
Right, they
she's had
are.
that same experience. That sounds great. I mean,
We really should. We're like working for the Aruba Tourism Board.
yeah.
We're not really, but maybe we should.
And the government is so wonderful,
Yeah.
and their policies are so right on. Attitudes and latitudes travel.
Yeah.
This is about coach tours.
Okay.
So I have done coach tours my first couple times to Europe and met great people, and it's idiot proof is what she said. So yeah, that's really great about how you get taken here to there. You don't
Yeah.
have to pay for this or that. Yeah, it sounds like there's not much room for error.
Well, you're paying for it.
You
just
pay
not-
for it ahead of time,
Yes.
but you won't pay for the wrong thing.
It's like the prepaid plan.
Exactly. It's like going to an all-inclusive. It's like, I know I paid for this already. So I'm going to eat 6 steaks. You know. I'm getting what I'm
You
getting.
don't really, do you?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Usually lobsters. Yeah, it's been a, I never talked about this earlier, but saltwater sunset travel, peanut butter sandwich. That is her favorite. That is her favorite Girl Scout cookie. I
Peanut
feel
butter
like
sandwich. Is that a thing?
I think
Is
I
that
remember
the
there's some
tag
peanut
along,
butter
or
cookies.
is that something different?
I think there's a different one. I think there's a sandwich cookie.
This sounds like something I'm going to have to research.
Yes, research with a couple orders to my house and plenty of milk. So
Milk.
for dipping your cookies in. I guess nobody does that.
Well,
Well,
some people do it.
well,
Sure.
yeah,
Sure. There's nothing wrong with cookies and milk.
No, yeah. Oh well, but yeah. So, guys, let us know your thoughts if you have any more. But there's been a lot of good stuff talked about today.
Well, Paul, I want to thank you for sitting in the big chair once again. You're a dynamite co-host.
Yeah.
You
Cool.
you make us all look good.
Thank you. Well,
Not physically, because you're much prettier than I am.
well,
but-
I mean, I do raise the average quite a bit, but I'm working with so many great people already. Hey,
I do love having you here, and thank you to fill-in producer Christopher behind
you.
the glass.
He has been wonderful.
He has been doing a great job today. Well done. And of course, thank you to all of you watching and joining in the show. Tune in every week, 4 p.m. Eastern, here on YouTube or your favorite podcasting app if you're on the go.
yep.
And go ahead and subscribe. That way you won't miss an episode.
Yeah, we'd love to see you next week.
Thank you, everybody. We love you. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.